Welcome back to the Alpha Omega Biz Dev Podcast. I'm Dr. John Lee with Alpha Omega Consulting. And if you are looking for business tips, if you're a small business owner, an entrepreneur, and specifically a chiropractic business owner, you are definitely in the right place. So today's topic is one that I'm going to address that is really relevant and necessary for today's time. So I'm not sure at what point you're watching this, but at the time of this recording, this is March 2024. And the reason that I'm going with this topic, which is your business off to a slow start in 2024? Is because more than the average number of clients of mine, and I help chiropractors with their business, more than the usual number are actually coming to me and expressing to me that their business is off to a very, very slow start, that they've experienced quite a downturn in the last several months. Typically, in January for chiropractic businesses, it's pretty consistent that January, it gets started off with a bang. And that's because usually in our society, people around the holidays, November, Thanksgiving in the US, Christmas holiday, winter holidays, people are busy doing that kind of stuff. And they usually put to the back burner things like health visits, chiropractic visits. So it's usually in January that people usually are now ready to come back to the chiropractor. They're usually making, New Year's health resolutions. They're going to start to eat healthy again, shed some, weight from overeating over the holidays. They want to get back to the gym, and they want to start taking care of their spine again. And so usually in January, most chiropractic clinics have an influx of new patients, and we get started off really, really well in January. But unfortunately, I've had a large handful of my chiropractor clients that actually are not experiencing that typical January boost in our practice. And so I actually did a poll in my private Facebook group, and it was, I think, about 25% were actually reporting back to me that they have had a significant slowdown. Another 5% were experiencing a little bit of a slowdown. Unfortunately, we still had a good, I think 44% were actually saying they're actually doing great. They're growing, they're progressing. But typically we see a higher percentage than that report to us at this time having a lot of growth. It's usually like 70% or more of our clients at this time are saying, yes, I'm off to a great start as per usual in January. So I need to address this. And there's things that we can do when we're having any type of downturn in business, whether it's right now or any time of year, okay, or any seasonal cyclical change that can cause that. There are things you can do to still work on your business and improve and make progress. So first off, let me address why. Okay, so I really kind of thought about it. I talked to multiple chiropractors about this, and I do believe that this has a lot to do with this being an election year, a presidential election year. And I'm not a huge politics guy, so I'm not going to, say here, which party, Democrat, Republican, which one I'm a part of, or that's not why I'm here. But it is usually the case that in an election year, that people are a little bit more nervous, that our community, our society, our nation, and the U.S. is as a whole is a little bit more on edge about, hey, what's going to happen in November? Who's going to be the next president of the United States? And so because of that unknown and uncertainty, people kind of hold on, I think, to their money, right? And their savings. They're not as willing to go out and spend for things, right? So if their spine is having issues, they're having some neck and back pain, some spine-related problems, headaches, they're willing to kind of tough it out and suffer a little bit and deal with it with whatever means they have at home and see how this election year is going to play out. Okay, so I have a strong feeling that is a big part of it. So that being said, what can you do? Okay, so if you're a chiropractor, or even if you're a small business owner of a different type, entrepreneur, and you are also experiencing a downturn in your typical business, income and collections, I have 3 things that you can control. Okay. Number 1 is you need to reassess your marketing plan. Now, first off, hopefully you have a marketing plan that's already written or typed up, and you save it and you look at that on a regular basis, and reassess and revise. So first off, have a marketing plan. Then if you have this in place, this is the time when things are slow. It's time to look at that marketing plan from top to bottom with a magnifying glass and revise and update this plan. I usually teach that if you are in a growth mode in your business, that there are usually 4 to 5 different marketing faucets that I call it, or sources of new patients or new clients that you should have set up within your marketing department. And so you need to look at this marketing plan first. Hey, have I had 4 or 5 marketing faucets going this whole time? Out of those marketing faucets, which are still working, which are still working well, which are not working at all, which are kind of working. And then you're also going to be able to assess, are some of these not working or working very little because of our own fault, right? Because if you're not putting any effort into these marketing faucets, if you're not nurturing and developing and having action steps to making these marketing faucets work, then that's going to be on you and your marketing department and whoever the marketing director is appointed to be within your business. And if you do run your small business the way that I recommend that you do, which is having different departments within your business and having an actual marketing department, which it doesn't take a lot. It takes one person to be in charge. Typically in a chiropractic business, it's you, the business owner, and then having a marketing coordinator, one of your chiropractic assistants or office employees, to assist you to carry out the regular marketing duties. Okay. So step 1, revise your marketing plan. Usually if this is done in a Microsoft Word format or a Google Doc format, very easy to just go in there and start editing some things and save it as a new file. Okay. We usually do this anywhere from 2 to 3 times a year in my practice, in my chiropractic clinic. We do this 2 to 3 times a year to make sure our marketing plan is still effective. If you have a marketing plan that you only set once a year and don't even touch it and revise it, then you're not really staying on top of your marketing department. Okay, so at a time of crisis, when the new patient faucets have really dried up, really dive deep into your marketing plan and revise it. Okay, so this isn't the podcast to go into how to do different marketing faucets and what kind of that's for another type of training. But the point is, revise your current marketing plan. Okay, you gotta revitalize your marketing department. Okay, and if you follow any of my trainings, there's so many things in chiropractic business that you can do for marketing. Okay, second thing is that you can control the following: elevate your current level of customer service. That means with the current existing patients that are coming to you now, do even better. Now, not to say that you are not doing good now, but if you're doing well now and you're servicing your patients well, take that to the next level or even higher than that. Really wow your current patients with how amazing you can love them and care for them with just amazing, outstanding customer service. And so these could be little things like if you're seeing a patient, you finish your adjustment treatment, asking them about their stretches, following up, holding them accountable. So, hey, Joe, 2 weeks ago, we taught you some daily neck stretches. I know there's a good handful of those. How you doing with those? Are there any that are a little tricky or challenging that you want me to review with you? Just that is going to show your patient that you are thorough, that you didn't just give them some exercises and expect them to do it without any type of follow-up, but you're going to actually make sure that you check in and ask specifically if they've got them all down. And hey, I'm willing to spend some time now with you to reteach you any that you have questions about. Your front office, so your receptionists that check in patients and out, ask them to raise the bar. So it could be engaging in a little bit more friendly conversation. okay? Or asking them if there's anything else that we can do. Or, hey, let me double check your appointments and make sure you have them all done. Hey, do you need another printout? Okay. Even your therapy assistants can go above and beyond. So teaching them to ask, hey, how was the last treatment? Anything that we can do different or better? Or was it perfect the last time that we did it? Okay. So all these little things is going to raise the level of customer service quality to be at hopefully a 10 out of 10, where the patients feel like, wow, you guys are really amazing, right? Like you guys are just, just even going further than previously on making sure that we're good here, okay? So what is a result of that? Usually that's going to lead to patients being super happy with their care. They're going to get even better clinical results. And then when they are happy, they are naturally going to organically refer other people or tell people about how amazing you guys are. And also it's going to set the stage, or the soil will be ready when you and your team can ask for patient referrals in a very classy manner, not in a very pushy way. But if you know you've got raving fans, if patients are super happy, this is a perfect time that you can ask for a referral from your patients. And again, there is a strategy to that, which we're not going to cover in this episode. But know that elevating your level of customer service is something that you can control, okay, at times of being slow, so that your existing patients have the utmost best experience. Then that can lead to patient referrals or new business into your practice. Now, the third thing that you can control, so this is all about, hey, let's control what we can control. Let's not be in panic mode about the economy really kind of affecting our clinics. Let's control what we can control, okay, and stay positive. And the third tip for that has to do with you and yourself. Prioritize self-care. Really take care of yourself even better at a time of crisis or being concerned about your business being slow, okay? Because what is a typical human reaction when stress happens and a business is being slow and you're really stressed about this? We do things that are unhealthy, right? We stress eat, okay? We eat junk food. Some turn to alcohol, right? And kind of want to just really just not think about anything, okay? But really those are more damaging, self-sabotaging. So I highly recommend at times when the business needs more, rejuvenation and it needs, more activity, take care of yourself. Because again, if you're a chiropractic business owner, you're a huge part of that practice and business. You have to be in tip-top shape. So things like your body, okay, so take care of your body. So fitness, exercise regularly during the week. So whatever that amount needs to be. Some people do well with 2 times, 3 times a week, some need 5 times a week. Eating healthy. Myself, during the work week, when I'm seeing patients, I really pay attention to what I eat. I eat pretty clean and healthy. Reason being is when I do that, my mind is sharp. I can think so much more clearly when I'm seeing patients, because as chiropractors, we have to make really important decisions all the time for our patients. Even when we're adjusting patients, we have to be laser focused. So eat healthy. Also, your spiritual well-being. So whether you have a certain religion, you believe in God, reading the Bible, more prayer, all those things are going to allow you to, again, just be very, very healthy overall. Okay, so again, your body, through exercise, through nutrition, okay, your spiritual well-being, your mental well-being as well. Okay, so things like meditating, okay, positive affirmations, all these things, whatever you do well with, you want to do more of that at a time of being slow in your business. Also highly recommend taking care of your personal relationships. So with your spouse, your loved ones, your children, your parents, your in-laws, but especially in your household, your husband or wife, your children, making sure you are doing what you need to do to have healthy, positive relationships with them, being loving and caring towards those family members. And then on top of that, also financial health, right? So if things are a little bit slower for business, just be a little bit wiser and smarter with your spending. Okay, so it's not the time to go on big spending sprees on Amazon. Just being a little bit wiser with your funds. Okay, so personal self-care being prioritized in these times, what that's going to do is now when things start to get busy again, because it always comes back. Okay, so things are always cyclical. Okay, your business is going to start to get real busy again. Now your mind, body, and spirit are going to be already healthy and ready to take on the business again. So don't self-sabotage yourself, and when times are rough, get really unhealthy. So then when the business comes, you're not really fully capable as you would be to take care of that business. Keep yourself healthy, keep yourself in tip-top shape. So when it gets busy again, because I promise you it will, you're going to be ready for it and you're going to flourish. Okay. So the whole approach here and goal is to control what you can control, right? Because there are things that we cannot control. We can't go out there and control the politics and economy and all those, bigger scale things, all right, globally or nationally. There's no way. How can we control that, right? Unless we're a big time politician or, part of government. So control what you can control within your realm or your world, okay, during times when your business is slowing down, okay? And then when things do start to pick up, you don't skip a beat and your business continues to grow, okay? So I really felt that this message was extremely necessary at this time, especially if you're a client of mine right now and you have been experiencing a downturn. Know that this is temporary, okay? Just like with our chiropractic patients, when they come to us with issues and pain and they're miserable, don't we know as chiropractic clinicians that their pain is temporary? It is, right? The body has an amazing way to heal, and we as chiropractors can assist them to heal faster. Obviously, with the tools that we've been given and how we've trained, we can help them get to their solutions faster, okay? But it's very similar with your small business in chiropractic practice, okay? Control what you can control and know that this pain of the business being slower is temporary, and be very productive during this time, okay? Again, self-care, higher level customer service, reassessing your marketing plan. And I'd even throw in a fourth, more training, okay? How many systems and processes do we have within a chiropractic business or even any small business? How many unique systems are there to day-to-day operations? Okay, standard operating procedures. How many are there? There's a lot, right? So when you're slow, if you don't have a patient coming in and you're waiting for patients, to be coming in next, get with your team and do a little bit more training. Okay, brush up on new patient phone calls, brush up on how to ask for online reviews, how to ask for reviews, set up that marketing system that's been on the back burner. Okay, utilize your time effectively. I'll share with you a mistake that I used to make when I was very, very early in practice. When I was slow, what I would do, I'd go home. And this is before I had my own office. This is when I was just an independent contractor somewhere. But if I didn't have a patient for a few hours, I'd go home and I'd eat a snack and take a nap, watch some TV, and then go back to see my next patient. And that was a huge mistake. That was a huge waste of my time and not utilizing my time wisely. But nowadays, I would never do that. After being in practice for nearly 22 years now, I know that with any spare time that I am going to and I need to use that time wisely. Okay, so don't be idle with your spare time. Don't think you can go home early. Don't think you can just go watch a Netflix movie, while you're waiting for your next patient or play a video game. Do the things that we just talked about. Okay, so I really hope that you use this information and apply it. Know that we're going to weather the storm together. Okay, if you're not a client of mine, Alphabet Consulting, you're more than welcome to reach out if you need help. But other than that, hope this podcast brings value during this time and is very relevant to those who need this help. Now, if you have been flourishing, if you're the percentage of people that are just still doing great, you are off to a great start and you're still growing, I applaud you, right? What that means is you're doing a lot right. and you probably have some bulletproof systems, especially in marketing, where you're probably still receiving this steady number of new patients in, while some others may not. So you are doing a lot right. Okay. And again, I really, really celebrate you for your success. Okay. But us chiropractors, our community in general, we're going to stick together. We're going to uplift each other. We're going to support one another and get through these little downturns. And it's going to be temporary, and we're all going to succeed. All right. So we're going to still have a great 2024. Keep your heads up, and I'll see you on the next episode.